All right, what's going on, big dogs? So we all know about the game that was the day before. And I say it was because, as we all know, it no longer exists. And the reason for this is that it was one of the biggest scams the gaming industry has ever seen and has seen up to this point, at least. And what we got at the end of it all was just a smelly pile of hot dog shit that was nothing what we were promised. But for the few of you who might not have any idea what I'm talking about here, I'll give you guys a quick recap before we get into the real pot at the end of the rainbow here. So the day before was going to be this massive open world survival game that was just going to blow our socks backwards. And all we needed to do for this game was to donate to their Kickstarter and help fund this supposedly massive game. Or at least that's what we were all told we were going to get. Like I said, what we got was a giant nothing burger. And what we were promised was a massive, fun, amazing game. And what we got on release was a buggy, empty, boring game that was just a flop from the start. And it was such a bust that the developer of the game, Fantastic Studios, had to shut its door only 4 days after the game released. They had to refund everybody, and honestly, it made for a really good laugh nowadays. But unfortunately, this is not where Fantastic Studios' story comes to an end. Like I said, they shut down 4 days after the game was released. But the studio has decided that it is time for a comeback. They are going to pull a Sam Darnold, if you would, this year. And they're going to pull the comeback of the year. They're going to revamp their entire career by rebranding, going to a new location and, testing out the waters. How? By rebranding to Fantastic 2.0. And they are now promising to deliver us a massive, great game yet again. And all we need to do is donate to their Kickstarter again. So the studio has now announced that it is back. They have announced that they are now Fantastic 2.0, and they even put out a tweet for this, stating, "Regaining trust will be tough, but we're motivated to make more games if our Kickstarter succeeds. With its all-or-nothing model, contributions will be refunded if we miss the target. We value your support, and all funds will go to development, not profit." So all these guys think that we're stupid. It's one thing to have a Kickstarter fail and to be open and honest with, the people who have donated and to say, hey, this product isn't going to be what we promised. Here's your money back if you want to take it back. If not, we still want to push out a game. It just might take some time. I know you guys are on edge. That's all they had to do. They just had to be transparent, I guess is the best way to put it, last time. And last time was such a disaster and such a mess, like stated previously. I'm very shocked and surprised that they would then do the exact same strategy, which is we are trying to be honest. We are being this upfront, honest, and respectable, non AAA company, and we are going to release a game. Speaking of games, they also happen to announce their new game, which is apparently going to be a physics-based multiplayer co-op escape game for 4 to 8 players called Escape Factory, which seems to be almost the polar opposite of what the day before was supposed to be. So the new pledge for this is $12,000 is what they're expecting to, get donated to them through this Kickstarter. But I'm going to be honest with you, unless you know nothing about this company, which I just told you about this company, and there are going to be articles below that will tell you about this company. If you donate to them, you need to get your head examined immediately because they're just going to do it again. I'm going to call it right now. The game's either not going to come out, which I know in their tweet they said, well, if it doesn't come out, then everyone gets a refund. So it's either not going to come out at all, right? Because, when we're talking about the day before, it was like waiting for the second coming of Christ, for God's sakes, how long that thing took to come out. Many of us knew that it was going to be a very shitty game just based off of its development cycle and its massive controversies throughout it. It was a ridiculous amount of stupidity all funneling into one game, and what we got was exactly what you would expect, which is a terrible game. And honestly, you are a moron if you donate to these people. If you take the time to watch this video and you understand who these people are and you choose to donate to them, that's on you now. That's on you. You need to be examined immediately. You are quite the specimen if you donate to these people again, if you trust them again. Now, maybe they have changed. I don't know, obviously. Nobody knows. Maybe this is for real. There is that odd chance that this is legit, that this is something that could happen. I'm willing to say that and I'm willing to accept that. But for them to then turn and ask for the exact same thing like they did before is asinine and stupid, and it's kind of scummy. You fucked up. Okay? This is a lesson for everybody. If you fuck up like they did, it is really dumb to then ask for the exact same favor. If you ask to borrow money from a bank and then you don't pay any of it back, or you go and use it to buy something that isn't what you promised them you were buying it for, you can't then go back to that same bank normally and be like, hey, I know last time I lied to you, and I know last time I didn't, give you what you expected or pay you back at all, but I need another loan. They're going to laugh at you and tell you to leave, which is exactly what we should do to this company, because they didn't even rebrand their company. They just added 2.0 to it, which is dumb. They should have thought of something new. They should have completely rebranded. If they wanted to say, look, we have developers from Fantastic, or we are the developers from Fantastic. We made a mistake. We branched out and away from these idiots that we thought jeopardized the game and, pushed our image away from us. Give us a second chance. We're going to try and develop this game. We're going to put some of our own money into it. Like if they were putting their own money into it, which they don't have any, I'd imagine, because they went bankrupt and shut down their whole company. But if they were able to get some kind of money or some kind of backing, or at least show us some evidence of this game, that would be something. But they're not. They're doing the exact same thing they did before, which is, we want to make this game, give us money. And again, if you do, you're an idiot. I'm sorry. If you do, you're an idiot. But it'll be interesting to see how this goes. I don't think it's going to go very far. I think most people are going to laugh in their face, and it's just going to end up being a big nothing burger. Nobody's ever going to want to give them money. Now, if they do reach their goal, I will gladly make a follow-up video to that. If they do reach their goal by some grace of God or grace of Satan, for who, if they make their goal, that's what that is. If they do that, then okay, I'll make another video on it and I'll follow the game. I will follow the game just for you guys, so we can see if this thing ever becomes legit, or if Jesus will resurrect before it comes out. Like, I don't know. This is a very sketchy situation. And if I was all of your guys' mothers, I would be saying not to donate to this company. They are sketchy. They are weird. And until proven otherwise, they shouldn't be trusted. If they can release some smaller titles, like, there's nothing wrong with releasing like a smaller title game. There's nothing wrong with that. If they were to release some smaller titles and like kind of get their feet wet, I guess, in the industry a little more, other than, I think they did Prop Finder or Prop Hunt style game, and then they've done The Day Before. Like, I think if they, lowered their bar a little bit and made some just casual fun games like a Castle Crashers or something like that, I think then people would be more willing to donate to them. But for whatever reason, they keep trying to hit the home run ball, and it is not working. They're batting 0 right now. They are not hitting well. But anyways, guys, that is all I got for you today. If you enjoyed, remember, please leave a like, comment, and of course, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Links to all these articles where I got this information from will be linked down below in the description, which is where you can find all my socials, which you should totally go follow me on, especially on my Twitch, because I am live almost every single day playing a variety of games, and the ones you see here for the videos and all the previous videos. Thank you guys for all the love and support. Thank you guys for sticking around to the end of the video. And until the next video, guys, Godspeed.
I lost my best friend to 23. She left her body in Harvard above me.